Hey everyone, today we're going to be going over a burn team. Probably has less damage potential than a nuke team, especially since some of the fish came out that prevent debuffs from landing. But you really got to take what you get at this point in the game. So if you're getting a lot of Wu faction units, you can start working on a burn team. So going in order positions, I'll throw that picture up on the screen again so you know what I'm talking about. We have youll in our first spot. So he's a must-have for pretty much every team right now due to his ability to give us rage. He's also going to be our healer, and he has an AoE heal, which also buffs all allies attack by 10%, and he can cast a skill twice in a row, but the second cast is not as effective. It's only at 50% of the healing and attack buff. His skill also buffs everyone's crit rate by 20% and crit damage by 20%. Each skill cast also has a 40% chance to restore 2 rage and will increase rage regen by 100%. With all that he does, you can see why he's going to be a vital part of every team for quite a while. And that may sound familiar. It's because I just ripped this paragraph straight off the other video because every team is going to start with youll. So next up we have Luzun, and he's not in here anymore. I don't know what happened. They looks like they took him out. I do have a start of one leveled up in my team already. So he's going to be our second spot. His AoE has a 25% chance to inflict a 1-turn stun, and if the target is burned, each stack increases that chance by 10%. That alone is great. Stuns are great as they massively increase your survivability because that opponent just can't attack at all anymore. His basic attacks also have a 40% chance to stun burned targets for 1 turn and spread their burn to nearby enemies. If the target isn't already burned, his rage skill also has a 50% chance to inflict 2-turn burns on the targets, which is a lot. When allies inflict burns that reach 3 stack, Luzun will pursue with a basic attack that restores 1 rage up to twice per turn, giving him even more chances to stun. Also, after casting his skill, if the stun's less than 3 enemies, his stun chance for the next skill increases, and if it stuns 3 or more enemies, he'll extend their burns by 1 turn instead. There's a really good support unit, both for applying burns and for stunning your enemies. He's going to give burns for somebody to play off of to deal a lot of damage, and then he's also going to give you more survivability by stunning the enemies. Hey, a little break for our sponsor. If you're spending in the game and you're interested in an affiliate code to get you 10 to 30% back on your in-game purchases thanks to Aptoid, there'll be a video in the description below showing you how to use it, and that bonus that you get back from spending in the game, you can just buy more packs with that out of your wallet. So again, if you're interested, just check out the description below. So our third spot's going to go to youll. Another must-have unit. His AoE has a 50% chance to apply burns, and his basic attacks also have a 50% chance to apply burn. He increases all burn damage while he's alive by 30%, which is a lot. And whenever a burn deals damage, it has a 40% chance to heal all allies. I think it's by 7% of their attack. He can also apply a debuff called Chain that helps burns spread, and when an enemy with burn stacks dies, he's going to transfer all those burn stacks to another enemy, so no burns are going to waste. A really good unit to both apply and keep burns going, as when he burns are transferred, they also get extended by, I think it's 1 turn. Might be 2, I can't remember off the top of my head. So next up, our fourth spot is going to have a few choices. Zurong can be a really good choice. She has her own damage over time debuff called Onslaught, which is actually going to help with our burns as well. At 13 star, there's a 50% chance to transfer debuffs from an enemy to another one that has Onslaught. So they'll be getting damaged by 2 different debuffs, which is awesome. So Onslaught also reduces their damage reduction by 10% per stack, and Zurong also steals 15% of their defense. She can do that up to 6 friggin' times. So that's 90% of their defense stolen, plus reduce their damage reduction. That's just gonna make so much easier for Sun Ce to come in and do a bunch of damage, detonating all the burn stacks. Chow Kao can also be a really good option, especially the new Immortal version. It's a fantastic choice. She'll be generating rage, dispelling buffs on enemies, dealing some damage. If you have the Immortal version, she will also be applying invincible shields, reducing targets' max rage, increasing enemies' rage skill requirements. If you want to check all her skills, I did a video on her, was it yesterday or the day before, whenever she came out. So you can check my playlist for Samkok New Force and check out the video. Sun Shangzhang, probably pronouncing that wrong again. Somebody said I'm pronouncing a lot of these names wrong. I know. She could also be used. Her AoE can steal a rage from 2 enemies, give them to the 2 highest attack allies, and then buff their attack. So she's going to be giving extra rage and attack to Sun Ce. Her skills can also grant an ally up to 3 rage and shut down an enemy's basic and pursuit attacks, which will effectively turn Lu Bu into a pile of nothing. he needs his basic attacks to do any damage. Well, you can use if you need some more healing, and for her 1 revive per battle. She'll also be cleansing debuffs from allies, which is a bonus. Zhongfei if you want to take advantage of his taunts and invincible shield. And finally, Lu Qingyi. She'll keep everybody's rage topped up, as she has a 40% chance to restore rage to herself and to the ally with the highest attack when a debuff is applied. And we're going to be applying debuffs left, right, and center because burns are debuffs. She can also increase the damage taken by enemies, decrease their damage dealt, or just straight up stun them. She's pretty good for this team. The 5th spot is going to the main man himself, Sun Ce. His AoE has a chance to be cast 3 times per turn and increases with each burned enemy. And there's going to be a lot of burned enemies in this team. He gains 10% crit rate for each burn stack on the enemy, and when allies inflict burns, Sun Ce buffs his damage by 3.5% with a stack of Scourge up to 10 stacks, so that's 35% damage buff for himself. At 4 stacks of Scourge, he gets a massive crit rate buff at 50% crit damage. Did I say crit rate before? I meant crit damage. And at 8 stacks, his skills heal him by a pretty good amount. I think it's 60% of his attack. What you really want him for though is his ability to detonate all burn stacks, instantly dealing all the damage from them. Then he'll also inflict the burns again. So he's going to be the main damage dealer for this team. That's why we want all those burns going on, because he's just going to detonate them. And we should have a lot of stacks coming from Zhao Yu and Lu Xun, as well as Sun Ce, because he does extend them or reapply them. So you combine that with those other two and you'll have tons of constant burns for him to detonate. And then finally, our last spot is basically any other supplemental damage dealer. You could go for Guan Yu for his high single target damage and his extra basic attacks. Sima Yi's for just his good damage. Zhang Lao is also really good. Just straight damage yet again. And then finally, but lesser so, is Zhao Yun. He's pretty good as well. So let's check out some of the fish you're going to want on your team here. Obviously, everybody Moonlight Jellyfish. As you can see, it's the only one I got. Because I'm not spending lots in this game. It's pretty dang similar to Samkok and Isekai Saga, and I did whale out in Isekai Saga. I was top of my server for a long time. But just so you know, this should be your first one you go for 100%. This is going to be your strict damage cap in the game for a long time. So you can take only up to 50% of your HP in one attack. No matter how much they hit you for, 50% of your max HP is the damage cap for you. Then I'll leave the limited ones for another day when I make that fish tier list. So this is going to be good on your damage dealers. Hitting through invincible shields, extra crit rate and crit damage doesn't hurt at all. This, stay away from this. It splits non-fatal damage between other units. Even though they are the 2 highest HP units, it is going to damage units that otherwise wouldn't be damaged at all. So you just want to stay away from this one, because it could end up killing units that shouldn't be killed. Timon is going to be really good for Sun Ce. So skill cast increase damage dealt by stacking 21% and reduce the enemy's defense by stacking 10% for 7 turns. That's a long time. And Sun Ce is going to be doing a lot of skill cast, because remember, he can cast up to 3 times in 1 turn. So this is perfect for him. Manta, again, really good. Ignores enemy's defense and deals more damage. This Dragonfish is hit or miss. To every 4 basic attacks, cause the next attack to deal 40% more damage. The next attack might be a basic attack. For somebody like Lubu, it doesn't matter because he's always doing basic attacks, but for Sun Ce, I'd probably stay away from this one. The Whale Shark's actually pretty decent. This shield can add up a lot, and it lasts for 7 turns. Same with, which other one does the shield? Oh, I'm thinking of the rare one. Yeah, Giant Squid. This one can also be really good. Because remember, with Moonlight Jellyfish, 50% of your max HP. So if you have a 20% shield, that's 3 hits right off the battle start that you can survive instead of 2. And that's not even taking into account any healing. So Giant Squid can also be really good. You do want the Bass on Zhu Long, because he does do healing. You can put this on Zhou Yu and Lu Xun. If you have an empty spot left over on Sun Ce, he can also use it because he does apply burns. You can also use Trout because applying a debuff has a chance to restore 1 rage. If you're struggling with rage, you can throw this on any units that apply burns or debuffs, but mostly burns, right? Because this is a burn team. Snakehead is good. It kind of hurts a burn team because you're going to miss a burn. So if you are facing burn teams, you can throw Snakehead on all your units. It is going to prevent you from being burned. Just keep in mind that's only going to be 1 burn, and then that fish is just useless after that. This, I would stay away from this. It's kind of a waste. The Dappled Chub, obviously really good. I think it's, was it 25%? I can't see because, oh, I can't even level it up and check either. Obviously the catfish, and then what's the other one? The goby? Yeah, so you can, any single target damage dealers you can I'm gonna leave that in. Any single target damage dealers you can throw this onto, even if their basic attacks are single target. This is gonna help keep the enemy's rage down. This one is absolutely perfect for a burn team. You're going to get up to 36% increased damage because you're gonna be laying on the debuffs. So make sure you try to go for this one. Herring is also really good. This isn't as nuke heavy as the Lubu team, so you're going to be able to take advantage of this for sure. And then Porgy, you want this one as well. It not only does it prevent heroes from gaining an invincible shield, it also increases burn damage by 15%. This one's kind of crazy. You're going to want to have this one on your units. At least for Sun Si, Zhou, and Luzun. And then Rice Eel, if you got any empty spots, of course you can throw that on there. Small is kind of self-explanatory. You want damage, you want attack, not much more than that. Yeah, so keep in mind, you can also change this team around with whatever units you have, combining it with other teams. Like, you could swap out the 4th spot for another rage generator and then give the last spot to Lu Bu. Basically, like, combining the burn team and the nuke team. As long as Lu Bu is able to get enough rage, that's all that matters. With the release of Beast soon, that combo should be pretty viable, as you're going to be getting a lot more rage, I do believe, as well as all the fish we got recently. So I think the Beasts come out tomorrow, so I'll for sure have a video out when they come out. And yeah, that is the burn team. Let me know if you're going to be using the burn team or not. I am kind of split between, I've got, I think, a couple of Sun Si, I do believe. No, I just got one of them. So I got a couple Xiaoqiaos. Luzun, I'm getting up there. I'm really struggling to get more Lu Bu. So like I said, I think at the beginning of the video, you got to work with what you get at the beginning of the game like this. So this is what I have. This is what I'm working with. Pretty rough. So let me know how you guys' team's going. Make sure you comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.